Oh, oh, hello, my sweet. So won't you come with me? There's oh so much to show in this grimdark distillery. So if you like bullshit or want some hobby tips, this Nightmare Priest Nigh Unbind Rehold Magnificent welcomes you. Hello, my sweets. Hi, Possum. It's the Grimdark Distillery. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So working on this monster. And I'm trying to think about where I want to pick up. But honestly, I'm thinking in here. It's probably where I'm wanting to. So to give you guys a little bit of a tour, it's kind of hard because this thing is absolutely monstrous. Let's see, can we get, yeah. So essentially, I'm going to add a magnet to the top of this. But what I did to make this work, which I'm pretty happy with, I'm going to also have to grab a Wawa. Also, hopefully everything sounds right. Hopefully I have got this microphone on. Test, test, test. Okay, I do think it is. Sorry about that if I blew your eardrums out. I was trying to be soft with the rubbing of the mic. Anywho, is my shit frozen? I can't tell if it's frozen on my end. It sounds good. Okay, cool. Well, looking at this, it looks like the Elgato. I don't know. Fuck it. Looks good. Sounds good to me. Whether or not that's actually recording correctly, I have absolutely no idea. But yeah, like on my end, it looks like I'm just like standing still holding on to the mouse. But my hands, you can see my hands in here. So who knows? But I mean, really, honestly, I might. Oh, you're frozen. Yeah, cool. Well, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to close that out. Bam. Okay. So yeah, we're going to just go ahead and skip, I think that one for today. We'll just use the big lens. That way you guys can see what I'm doing better a little bit anyway, because I've got a lot of shit in here. This thing is absolutely, it's beyond crammed. So to bring everyone up to speed, because I've been going through it, oh boy, lots of mental developments, I suppose, or at least movement. I've really been big on the idea of compiling my GW bits because they are so recognizable as far as scenery and all that into one project, and whatever project it being what I want to do personally. And I think this is where we're going. I want to pretty much use all of my GW bits, get those out, and at the same time I also want to build a board that I will actually use and will play with the people that I now have to play with. Been in my head a lot the past couple of days, but I think overall for the better. So yeah, I'm just kind of why are you canceling your subscription? Couldn't see his handsome face. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with this so far. So it's smaller overall than it used to be because I had to take about a foot off to start working on it, which is typical of me. You guys know how I roll. As you can see, though, on the other side, I've already started to deal with that stuff. So I'll turn this light on, and then we'll flip this around. The door, how I did that, will boop, beep, beep. So here's one of these doors that I 3D printed. Essentially, this is like, honestly, I think it's the same style as the new ones, but almost built with like the dimensions to make it work for the old ZM boards. I think, I don't know. They're weird. And I'm making them work, but I do like them. And I don't even know if I have what I need to show you how this works. But essentially, pretend this is small. So there's smaller, you know, half the size doors up further down. They look like this. I cut their section that holds the door in place off. I then glued said section upside down at a very smooth like, got it nice and even, like so. So now when I put a magnet up at the top, it's just like, you know, hold on, that's not smooth, but it'll slide, stick, won't have to hold it. But yeah, also could have just printed 2 of those, but I didn't want to waste anything. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with this. This is just how that goes up. We'll zoom in a little bit. We'll show you a little bit better. There you go. So yeah. Yeah. So once there's a magnet there, won't have to worry about it. But yeah, that is the full width, like breadth of a door. Now I could actually, and I probably will, make it taller. That way a dread could fit under there, or something as big as a dread, because we all know that dreadnoughts need to fit under there. But I need to make sure that it is not too tall. No, that's actually good, because a dread could squeeze. Oh, that's great. I love that, because the visual of a fuck, that's awful. If for some reason you didn't just smash through the wall or through the door, but just a dreadnought contemptor just kind of slowly kneeling down. Oh fuck, we're all gonna die. That's if you've never played CM, that's absolutely how that situation goes. If you don't know there's a contemptor on the other side of the door when you open it, is, oh my fuck, we're all gonna die. And then they all die. Unless you also have a contemptor. Which I think is fun. Some people don't like the rock, paper, scissors of it. I like having, hey, here's one of these things. Fuck me. It was right there the whole time. Beep, boop, boop, bow. So anywho, I'll go ahead and spin this bad boy around. That way you guys can see the other side. Again, this is partially why I had to like take apart the top layers, which I knew I would have to, and that's just because, again, as I build things, as with Godling and everything else, we'll go like this. That way you can see right in there. Bada bing, bada boom. Hey, what a time, my damies. I'm pretty happy with it. It's getting pretty gross, getting pretty grimy. Still haven't done any cabling or anything like that, but that's pretty much because I am going from the ground up, and this is a very beyond like ridiculous, like amount of complexity to the levels. And when I say that, I'm trying to make sure this whole thing will have at least 4 levels when I'm done. I'm gonna shake a little bit of that out. Oh wait, those are just clips. No wait, that was glue, and that's fine. Marco, hello my princess. Fuck it, honestly that actually is so beneficial. We're gonna take that off until we're done doing this part. Fuck me, that was better. That's better, because that'll make it honestly so much easier to paint. And then we can blend that when we go to add. Fuck, yeah, that works. Now this side, that's not an option. We'll zoom out a little bit so you can tell what I'm talking about. Honey, we are streaming. You know this. You are being very rude. I'll show princess. I'm not being shit. This is my house. Hey, Bugbear. Theodore. He's just resting. So yeah, we'll turn this back around. Let the princess speak. Sorry. Margot. Okay, and now she's going like with her mouth, like barely making any noise. Like she's afraid to talk. You're right. I should never silence her. I'm a monster. I'll go get her. I'll let her talk to her peephole. Let me talk to my peephole. Your people? Yeah, that's what I said. My peephole. Sounds like you're saying peephole. Hey, come here. Do you need to talk to the people? You're a little baby princess. She says, now a lot of you might know that I sometimes sleep in this whenever it gets left out. I'll crawl in there, real sneaky like, and I'll take a little nap. This is one of my favorite spots to nap in. This one's good. What the f did you do to my walls? Okay, princess. That bit was only going to last a little bit longer, trust me. Where the hell did my coffee go? There it is. Okay, cool. Oof. So yeah, we're going to be working on this bad boy today. It's been good. I've been enjoying it. At this point, I'm working... Hey, cutie. You're cute. At this point, I am working kind of layer by layer to try and get, honestly, without having all of the other wall here, though. That definitely makes it easier to access this. And with that said, I might, because this is all hot glued, this needs to change anyway. And I'm sitting at the table. He has to be on the table in the way as much as possible. Leo slips. Oh, yeah. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Leo sleeps in every board game box or game board box available. Oh, yeah. And if I'm sitting at the table, he has to be on the table in the way as much. Yes. Yes. That's how you know that they love you. Or that they want you to love them, which means that they love you. Or at least that they acknowledge you exist. And that is as much as you truly could ever ask for. And love is just something you could hope from a cat. So this looks dope. I don't want to fuck that up. But honestly, I wanted that out of the way so I can fuck with the inside of here. That was a good call, Eli. Thank you, Eli. This is just silly. We're going to go ahead and... Again, this is why I like hot glue, because I can fuck around and find out. And not fuck anything up. These are not moving. These are going to be our poles that are used for stability. Whoop, beep, bop. What does it say? He was losing his mind because I was priming models yesterday and he wanted to be involved. Oh, man. Yeah, that's... we... are hitting a point where it's just like I'm having to start. I don't like doing this. I don't like even using the word, but like, I don't want to say parenting, not disciplining. I'm not disciplining, but I have to be like, okay, you can't do. I have to start saying no. That's it. I have to start saying no. Because my children are turning into little fluffy monsters. And when I say children, I mean, really, it's just Theo and Marco. Oliver, there is not, fortunately, ever a time that he is like, I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to demand attention from Dad. Now, if I go in the bathroom, though, that is his domain. And I have to pay the toll. So, just, hey, you want to use the bathroom? You gotta talk to me. I'm the guy, the buck guy. He's the towel man. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Told him he couldn't because he would be like his mom, and she doesn't finish painting any models either. Oh no! Oh no! I mean, in their defense, honey. See, this is what I was talking about. Is they don't realize, or let me rephrase that. They don't care what I'm doing, and they're like, he seems to be doing something else that he is genuinely interested in. And I got to remind him how great I am. And I appreciate that, and I love that, because I often feel like that myself. But that's not the case, my little sweet fluffy babies. We are, man, this is just ASMR at this point. I'm just slowly picking up little bits. These are essentially really, really shitty Forge World jetpacks. And when I say really shitty Forge World jetpacks, I mean these are some of the worst castings. That it's frustrating to be like, yeah, I paid for that. A clown did this at a very expensive clown shop. So yeah, that's why they're all fucking cut up like this, because they are not usable for a model that I'm going to spend X amount of time on. It's offensive to think that their quality control could be that bad, and they don't give that much of a fuck. It's what happens when you have a monopoly, I suppose. Anywho, so yeah, we are getting all of the shit out, all of it. Do not start. He is asleep. Don't go over there and start something. What are you doing? I'm in a mood. I want to fight somebody. Margot, I get that. Me too. Most. Sorry about that. Just kind of moving some of these things around. I'm pretty happy with how this looks. These three little clips. These are from the Cities of Death. Cities of Death stuff. Essentially, those I clipped when I was removing the parts to put on here for, essentially greebling, or just detailing is really what it is. But yeah, that is glued. This is glued. I'm probably going to end up making this a 2x2 board, but again, because of it being 2 1x1s, and because I'm not making it a 2x2 in the way that you would think that I would do that now, but adding 2 by 6 inches on each side, so essentially extending out the width to make this truly the center. That's what I'm going to be doing. But again, because I'm trying to fuck around with all this stuff at the same time, this is, yeah, it's got to go. We're going to just cut that. Let's see, that's glued. We'll go there. Again, I took lots of photos of this, so I know what it looks like when these are back on there. And a lot of this wall is not even actually technically glued down, it is connected. So I can do this. Intentions! But that's not supposed to come up. Hot glue gun is not on yet. I need to plug that in. So we'll get that going. That was not straight. I want to fix that. There we go. And that bottom part wasn't even glued down all the way. So here's where we're mainly going to be working today. Right in this area. So I put, these are from, again, most of the little details are just ones that I pulled from Cities of Death stuff when I was cutting and hacking it apart, so you couldn't really recognize the pieces a hot minute back. Hence why I have things like this now. Lots of these things. Again, this kind of went over top of these pieces, so they look like doors with walls with weird little doors in them. But yeah, so from here, I'm pretty much wanting to get as much of that loose shit out as I can. Okay. This is not straight. I'm gonna even that up. This is gonna be a walkway. Again, wasn't trying to make anything above this line even remotely permanent. But really this area is where I was trying to get locked in. That way I could go in, finish this, move up. But yeah. Again, very much like Godling and like most of my work, layering is very key to doing it in an efficient manner. So we gotta keep that in mind. But yeah, we're gonna be throwing a bunch of random shit on the floor in here. I'm gonna try to see how I want to do this door. If I want to make it any taller, I don't think I do though, because it ends right there. If it went just a smidgen higher, I think actually I would like that. I'm also going to put a little bit of music on because it's pretty damn quiet down here. Un momento. A little ghost. A little ghost. Yeah. And then I will see how that volume is as soon as it starts actually being music. I just realized I've been holding this knife while it's out the whole time. That's not safe. There we go. There we don't go. Yet. I've been listening to this song a lot. I really kind of want to remix it and do some King Piss. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. There we go. Roz! So you're gonna build and paint a 300-point Quar patrol for the dice, right? Oh fuck. I don't know. I don't think I am, but I might. You might be able to talk me into it. How much is 300 points of Quar? Yeah, that's if you. I can't stress enough, Possum. If you can send me a list. Hi, Roz. If you can send me a list or just a picture of what that looks like you make a list, you tell me what to build, I might be able to. The mental capacity of like planning and all that stuff, though, I don't have that in me. But I can definitely make some little Muppets. Mine are going to be Muppets, though. I'll make that very, very clear. It's like 10 models. Oh, fuck, I can do that. Yeah. Yeah. Make me a list. This one time, I think about this. I can't stress. I think about this at least weekly. And I have thought about this weekly for, I mean, fuck, I guess maybe since it's happened. Because it's one of the absolute funniest things that I've ever been a part of. And it just pops into my head. Fuck, how old were we? We were in high school. I would assume maybe 16. Maybe 16, 17 at max. And my buddy Alan, we were at his house, which is not the one next door that his parents own now, but the one literally parallel from the one they own now on the other street that we grew up on. We were in that house. We were downstairs in his basement, which is one of the basements I realized that I've kind of modeled my basement after. But his mom came down and was just like, do you guys want a sandwich? Are you guys hungry? Do you want anything? And he said, bake me a cake. And she said, Alan, I am not making you a cake. And he said, bake me a cake, woman. She said, I am not baking you a cake, especially if you're going to talk to me like that. And what is the funny thing about this is, one, Alan did not want a cake. Two, at the time, I guess, yeah, it's, you need to know that his mom is like one of the most left and liberal women that I know. She is constantly like volunteering at the poll like centers and stuff. She's awesome. I absolutely love her. But the fact that she is so offended by being told to make a cake, she cannot see that he's clearly joking and doing it to fuck with her. Man, whoo boy, it was hilarious. And I think about it on a weekly basis. Just make me a cake, woman. I am not making you a cake. Whew. I love it. I think it's funny. That's all that matters. Beep, 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 beep. Here we go. Oh god, I touched the hot glue. Fuck. Alright, anywho. Yeah, I don't support. Don't tell your loved ones to make you cakes. I do think she later came back and said, I don't have anything to make a cake. And I do think that he said, Mom, I was just joking. I don't want a cake. That is an absurd phrase indeed. I thought so. Thank you, Roz. Make me a cake, woman. When Kelly will say that, she'll like, Kelly won't say make me a cake, woman. I will occasionally say that when she will ask, are you hungry? What do you want? I'll say make me a cake, woman. Because one, that also is, I guess, kind of like a bit in our house that just leads to Kelly turning around and saying, oh, if you ever. I know you wouldn't, but if you ever. Beep, beep, beep. I mean, I think my wife would be down for it. Not today. She's heading back to Indiana for her besties kids' B-Day, but I could probably convince her Sunday. Oh. Yeah, I mean, shit. I'm if I was like, make me something like, it would be like, it'd be brownies. And also, I'm never demanding. I'm always like, do you think maybe you could make brownies or we could make brownies? I typically say we. Because I don't want to make them by myself, because that is a thing that like I can't stress this enough. It's not a I don't want to make the brownies because I don't want to like I don't want to learn how to make no. I'm very capable of making brownies. That's not what's happening here. I'm aware that if I start making brownies, I'm just gonna make brownies whenever I want, and I want brownies all the time. That's the problem. I'm a chocoholic. I really like brownies particularly. They're just great. Anywho, what kind of trash do you think needs to go in this corner? I'm thinking some of this, a little bit of that. Ooh, that's good. Beep 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 beep. Ow ow! I touched the hot glue again. Here's some more trash. That's wood. I mean, wood's good too, but it's not what I was particularly looking for. Here's another one of these. They're just fucking everywhere, huh? Man, how many of these really shitty casts did I pay for, Forge World? But that's the funny part. Okay, so wood, honestly, we'll probably throw a little bit of that in there. Fresh brownies dusted with powdered sugar. Oh my lord. Oof. Oof. You gotta stop. I can't handle that no more. Mesh, wire. Oh no, this thing. Bam. Leather, lace, kittens, shoot. So I got all kinds of stuff I could talk about. Haven't had brownies in a while. Now that I think about it, oh man, they are. Fuck, this song is so hard. It just feels like it should have been on Hotline Miami. I don't think it was, but it feels like it should have been. Man, I love Hotline Miami. It's such a fun game. It's the kind of game that you take to your grandma's house and you're like, Grandma, I want to show you what I like to do in my free time. If you don't want to, you know, your grandma to support you anymore. I'm liking that. That's good. Fuck, these things are everywhere. There's another one. And another. A lot of jump packs. It's almost like I planned on having a lot of dudes in really nice Mark, I think that's Mark 3. Yeah, that's a Mark 3. Iron armor. Yeah. I think Hotline Miami's tracks are all original. See, that's what I was thinking. Leather Lace Kitten Shoes, my new kink podcast. I think when we initially workshopped that on the stream, I think it was a card game. It's gonna be a card game. Leather Lace Kittens, shoot. But yeah, it's absolutely a like, it's a kink. It's a kinky card game for sure. That's an idea right there though. Bam. Fuck, these things are everywhere. How many of these jump packs did I buy? Oh my goodness. A lot of this just needs to be dumped in here as trash and grit, but there's so much hot glue, and as we all know, that's not an option. Also, I've been putting that rhino in there it's getting its uses, its paces. But yeah, I think that Hotline Miami's were all original. I do think Hotline Miami 2, they had other people. I think the Carpenter Brute did at least one track, if I'm not mistaken. But it's been a while since I played 2. I just went through 1 again. Playing the Surge 2 now, and I'm really enjoying it. One of the things about that franchise that I love and fucking hate at the same time, and respect, is the lack of a map. And by that I mean like one that you can pull up anytime. There's a map. You just have to find it, like you're in a fucking mall. It's just, ugh. It's awful, but I love it. I'm a monster. It makes my immersion. It makes my immersion tick higher. Again, I like a game that beats the shit out of me unrelentingly. But yeah, I think the original Hotline Miami tracks are all original. This is gonna be a good. You guys can't really see what I'm doing there. Sorry about that. Yeah, because I think the original first Hotline Miami, I think, was smaller production also. Which is why the second one, Kelly asked me this the other day. She was like, I never see you play the second one. And I was like, yeah. And I was trying to explain to her also the story, because I love Hotline Miami, the first one. Like, the story's so good. Like, they got me. You got me. I'm in. But originally, my draw to it was knowing what I guess the developers were trying to get at from a like artistic standpoint, which is really what the overall theme I think of the game story is, and that's being aware of what you're doing as opposed to being on autopilot, and that it definitely resonated with me. And that's kind of how I kind of ended up in a funk the past couple days, but not funk, but a weird mental space at least. But I'm enjoying doing this. God, so much super glue. Second is just not as good, which is sort of the point. And that's like, I think I enjoy it. It's just, it really is just not as good. I enjoy seeing, like, you know, the background of the other characters. But yeah, I also, man, I wish I could just, I wish you could pick up the biker helmet in the first one. I want to be Jacket, but wear biker's helmet. That's what I want. I'm almost, I was working on, I think I feel like I platinumed it on, fuck, was that PS4 or PS3? I don't remember, but since moving to my PS5, I reset all the trophies. You can bring your shit over, but and by moving to PS5, I mean it had an upgrade, like a PS5 upgrade. So it's smoother. The other day though, man, fuck, Sam and I, we were down here and he was watching me play. He was like, you just want to play Hotline Miami for a bit? And I was like, yeah, I'm down. And I was just trying to clear, like just the scariest fucking like missions with just like a machete or like a sword, but not in a way that anyone would ever do, but just like swinging it nonstop. So it's just completely mashing the button. So just the idea of a guy running into the room, just like running at people, really got me. I just also saw that, yeah, you guys can't see me because we don't have that other camera on. You saw the news about Sony disc production, right, Eli? Yeah, fuck Sony. Yeah. I don't know if I've seen anything since they like went to turtle mode. They are going to be eaten alive literally, if they don't fix that. And I think that's funny. I can't stress enough. There is something that now that like I'm just full blown, like I have no stake, like whatsoever. I love seeing it. There's just few things that make me as happy as watching the dumbest people in the world with so much money choose to destroy what other people helped them make. Or sorry, what other people made for them, essentially. It's great. I love it. Gives me the good feel-goods, knowing that you just wait long enough, it'll fix itself. They're that dumb. They can't help it. They're just too fucking greedy. Sorry, I'm in a weird vibe. I'm trying to fix it though. This has got me in a good feeling happy lately, working on this thing, which is why there's been, I feel like as much progress as it probably has been, but there's a lot of just, I think, I really just, I'm pretty bad about letting shit build up and just throwing it in a bucket. Apparently. I thought of a really dark joke, but I'm not going to do that. That's a Discord. All right. Boop, 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 boop. 850 already? Oh my goodness, my sweets. I really... No. So I've got one of those on the other side as well. But these are essentially going to just have tubes and whatnot kind of running to them. Just adding just a little bit more grit, grime, distillery. Also, I'm going to give you a quar list. I have to know what faction you want to play. Okay, shit. What are the factions? Sorry. Can you give me a quick summary? Is there a Muppet faction? Can there be a Muppet faction? What is the most Muppet? We don't need more than one of those over here. Except maybe here. We do need one there because we're going to connect that. Go on there. Crusaders, of course. Anteater. Accelerationists. Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like you guys know what I would want to play. I feel like if there is anyone who would know my vibes, it's you guys at this point. You guys know my vibes. None of them are Muppets. Well, first there's the big divide: Crusader versus Royalist. So Crusader versus Royalists. Well. Okay. And the big difference between them, I'm going to turn this down. This is vocals. But under those umbrellas, there's lots to choose from. So Crusaders versus Royalists. Royalists, I'm assuming, is like the royal family. Like, is this like some like World War I Russia shit? If this is under some World War I Russia shit, that would be like the only way I could see me playing Royalists. just so I can make a very, very absurd bunch of Muppets. Because fuck, I love Rasputin. Rasputin is one of my favorite human beings that has ever lived. Like, I absolutely love a good Rasputin story. I can only hope that when my time comes, they're like, yeah, no, you wouldn't believe how hard it was to kill that motherfucker. Love a good Rasputin. I love a good Rasputin disputin'. Mowgli! Crusaders are trying to upheave society from under the first families. Hi, Mowgli! The first families used the laws of war to turn the lower castes into a meat grinder for their own gain. Hi, Possum. Hi, Roz. The royalists want to defend the traditionalist ways. So, see, here's the thing. Me, absolutely, 100% like Crusader. The art side of me, though, I do love to pick the faction that I would not ever be a part of, and then make them look very much like they are the worst things that have ever existed. Like, kind of like my Black Templar, that are very clearly, yeah, oh, they're the baddies. Like, there's no way that they're good. That kind of a thing. I love that. So, let's, oh my no. Oh my no. Oh my no. Where did it even go? Shoot. There it is. Ah, I touched myself with that hot glue on my sweets. You'd never guess it, but I did it again. Fuck. Hot. It's hot. So this, I think, is from, again, Visterian. I think that's some quality Visterian dirt right there. I pulled that out of the runoff, as they would say. The royalists want to defend the traditional ways. Hello, Mowgli's. Now, as far as the royalists and the crusaders, it's a little hard to crank evil to 11 since the models are pretty bare bones, a la World War I historicals. Yeah. And that's what I'm thinking. So, like, and also because the royal family is not going to be fucking on the front lines. So I'd probably play Crusaders. I think you are right. So from there, where do we go? And honestly, I have some models that I probably would use right off the top of my head, because I would love to play Core with you. So, and I absolutely have 10. I think I've got like 20. Ah, that one's still hot. I found it. Ooh, boy. You guys ever wonder how much of my hair is like built into this stuff? I will say, there is a faction of Short Quara that has tiny tanks in their infantry kit. Fidwog. That's pretty silly. Like a tiny tank as in like an FT-17 Renault, like the little French tank. Like the baby tank, as in, let me go grab one, I'll show you. Because I actually do have a lot of World War. I'm actually looking right now at the Rubbermaid of Trench Crusade stuff that I was pretty much all kind of putting together and packing up, because I'm not going to be working on it for a hot minute. But there are a lot of things that are World War I-esque, and yeah, like this. I got someone to get some fidwog. Would this be a good fidwog? Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Let's give you a scale. Those are 2 inches, 2-inch squares. You grab anybody from in here. There's Primaris. Here's a Catboy Shaman. 4 scale. What's something that other people would have for scale? The Primaris, I think, is the most logical, I think, scale that I've got. Here's just a straight 32 millimeter. Human. It's supposed to be paired with said tank. Discord you to pick smaller. Oh, so like little baby tanks. Okay. So like probably. Actually, I'm not going to say probably. I'm just going to look at the Discord link. Also, it's like almost break time, so I'll do that while I'm on break. I'll look at that. Okay. Back in they go. Chain smoker cat? No, I have not, but that sounds fucking awesome. Okay, well, hold on. They also have weird little axolotl dogs. Fuck yeah. I got someone to get some fidwog. It's a little 1-person tankette, I'm pretty sure. Hell yeah, Mowgli. Hell yeah. Okay. Man. I heard mainstream Japanese audience hate it for being too gross. Oh! So I've not heard of Chainsmoker Cat. I heard of the something Nyan. I heard of the Japanese name, which that cat girl that Rot maxes. Fuck yeah. But yeah, no, I heard that. I've heard about that it's like, it's too gross. And I was like, I'll have to check it out. Rot maxes. Man. Oof. I'm not going to repeat the Gooner situation. So, on that note, I think I will take my break. I'll put this little tank back up. I'll put these things up real quick so I don't come back and I'm like, oh, let's start doing shit. And I'm like, oh, there's shit on here. Shit. I said that a whole lot, huh? People say I'm really good with words. Oh, fuck. There would have been a very good choice. Hey, here is a Palatine Enforcer. That is something that people would be like, oh, I know what size that is. Hello, teddy bear. He says, hey, give me a hoagie. Make me a hoagie. That is what I say for Theo, which is kind of like make me a cake, but it's make me a hoagie. And he doesn't want you to physically make him a hoagie. He wants you to treat him like a hoagie, which is when you pick him up and like squoze him, kind of like he's the meat and you're the bread. On that note, my sweets, it's break time. But I wouldn't say gross, just eye-opening on to how some live. Oh yeah, rot maxing. Have you? Oh, do you guys know the piss dude? The guy with the piss bomb, the apartment full of piss. If not, we're gonna talk about that guy when we get back. If you do, talk amongst yourselves about it. I find it fascinating. I will be right back. Be-doo boop, be-doo boop.
down my spine, wrapped in cadence, will lay timeless, with your mouth tracing constellations. And when she comes, she's made of bronze and stone. And I'm just for blood and bitter, angry bones. And when she comes, she's made of bronze and stone. And I'm just for blood and bitter, angry bones. And when she comes, she's made of bronze and stone. And I'm just for teeth and blood and bitter, angry bones. And when she comes, she's made of bronze and stone. And I'm just for teeth and blood and bitter, angry bones.
And we're back. Sorry, my sweets. Took a little bit for me to get everything I needed to get done. Again, the house. The power went out last night, apparently. Which, whoo boy, if you've been, getting me talking about some of my awful nightmares, it's often how that kind of starts, because I will wake up in the middle of the night and something will be out of place. Last night was definitely one of those where I woke up and apparently the moment the power kicked back on, that's what woke me up. I think it flickered probably for a little bit, but anyway, it reset so much shit. So just trying to figure out what is not good still is always fun, the next day. Duo. Go ahead and put that in there now. Jacob. Jebus. Jacob. Yebus. Jesus. Rebus. Reba McEntire. Speaking of Reba McEntire, watched Tremors recently. Shout out to Tremors. Great movie. What else did I watch recently? Oh, fuck. We haven't talked about this. I've watched this movie 3 times now since. So I watched this 3 days in a row. It is easily one of my new favorite movies, Possessor. You guys seen Possessor? Anyone seen Possessor? Yeah, fuck yeah. Tremors is so good. Kevin Bacon, baby. Kevin fucking Bacon time. It's time for the Kevin Bacon. Yeah, I love Tremors. Tremors is great. So Possessor is a Brandon Cronenberg movie. Came out in 2020. Holy shit, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much. Initially, when I watched it, Kelly was like, yeah, if it's good, let me know. But I'm sleepy, I'm gonna take a nap. So I watched it on my own, and I was like, holy fucking so good. So we watched it the next day, as I typically do. And then Sam came over the next day, and then we were like, hey, dude, you should watch this. You'll really like it. So yeah, I'm that kind of a weirdo. If I find a movie I like, I'm down to watch it immediately after. Which is clearly not normal, especially with movies like Hereditary, because I realize other people are like, I physically can't watch that with you again right now. Probably tis but a touch of the tis. Oof. I don't even know why I thought that would be smart. We're just adding in some, no, what's it about? So, Possessor is Brandon Cronenberg. So it is the son of David Cronenberg, if you know of Cronenberg from Rick and Morty. He is pretty much the godfather of body horror. His son, Brandon Cronenberg, is also a director and filmmaker, and is so good as well, but not. Obviously, they're very different. Man, I absolutely loved how the film was shot, but the concept of Possessor is essentially, imagine like Inception, but instead of like getting in your head while you're dreaming, like getting in your head while you're dreaming and like knocking you out and like stealing your body, and essentially you're like almost like get outed. Love you, Mowgli. Have fun. Have fun. Good to see you. It's great to having you here. But yeah, if you're still here, that works too. And just listening. But yeah, it's really good. It's definitely a horror and gory. But man, it is one of the most. It's shot in like they handle things in a way that I got really pumped about. So yeah, like cyberpunk, sci-fi, it's good. It's really good. Really recommend it. I've sent you pictures and small descriptions of all the Crusader factions. Oh, I did not. So I had to deal with like some fur baby things when I went upstairs. I will look at those right now. Bap, 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 bap. Boop, boop, boop. Hey Google, it's me. Remember that one time I keep telling you that's me, like every day? And you're like, hey, add this. And I'm like, I did. You're just bad. You're just bad. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could absolutely make some silly little fun tanks like that. So essentially, like, just use the turret and then some small little. Yeah, I got that. I can make that. Okay. Thank you, Ross. That's great. Okay, those are okay. Yeah, I think. Well, I think we found it. Crusader faction. Crusaders, Tolmor, Talon Marin, Erdwin. Basic Crusaders are very standardized military basic stuff. For Crusader country has been in the eye of a lot of foreign powers because it connects inland sea to the world. That's fine. I like this. Okay. It's the home guard for the Crusader country. Okay. Tolan Marin is the home guard for the Crusader country Mayor Breach. All young guard drafted from mandatory military, so they're very green troops. Probably the only faction that have films. Okay. From the War of the Tall Hats, they hail from the Crusader country Iski. It's a very industrialized place. Under a war with another Iski clan, Mebush. It's not the desert country. Chris has seceded from the country. It's clear that they are bordering Iski clan. Each announced crusade, Mebush did. So, okay. Alright. And the ones that you all think that I would play that have the little tanks. Who has the little tanks? I like the tanks. I'm in. I'm in for little tanks. That sounds great. And also, I mean, if it's what size board? What size board? God, my bones. I keep forgetting you guys can't see me, so. My body is weak and failing. I am not long for this world. Oh, you're good. I just finished them. Those are royalists. Oh, okay. So the royalists get the tanks. 2 to 4 square. Okay, I think yeah. Yeah, I might. I need to look up. Okay, and okay. So rules. I probably need to look at the rules. I'm really. You know, I love. I just put a bunch of stuff up for World War One that I'm like, man, I wanted to use this for something. Maybe Trench Crusade. Maybe because you know, I'll work on that because I like the stuff that I'm making for Adam and Eric, like the wire saw, and my buddy Dave is now a direct contact, which that's definitely a development. I now know the guy that literally handles that, and have contact with him. As far as contact with him to contact them, so it's a man of man to do the thing, which is good. A 2 to 4 square. So yeah, the idea of making a trench board is kind of back in my mind as of late. But that definitely makes, I mean, I definitely, at the least, I 100% will make a group to play with you. I really like those little tanks. You showed me the little tanks, and I kind of want to make some little tanks, and I've got some little tank heads already. I have parts for little tanks that I need to make, so I would like to do those. But if you wanted to make a list with little dudes with tanks, and then a Crusader list to fight against them, that way I have both. Because I feel like if I start making Muppets, I know someone in this house that's going to be like, what are those Muppets doing? I want to make Muppets. I want to play a Muppet game. I feel like that's going to happen. Which flavor of Crusader? Let me look at those again. Beep, boop, bop, ba, beep, beep. Okay. Yeah, so whatever Fidwog is, I love Fidwog. Fidwog's great. That's great. And they're royalists. Okay, so Fidwog's definitely one. And then the other. Probably Tollin Marin, because I'm definitely going to have some female Muppets. I figured it was either Tollin or Ergidware. Let me look at that one. Let's see. Ergidware. Which one was that? That is. Yeah. No, they are cool, but I think I think Tollin. Yeah, so we get the ladies as well, especially if they're probably going to be played by Kelly. What are we building? So this is going to be a board, almost like a generic board. Not so much generic. I've got so many bits from Games Workshop, specifically in like the 40k Warhammer universe, that like they are very locked into that setting, and I want to use them. So the things that I move, that I build onto, I've just been hoarding them for so long. I want to finally use them. So that's kind of what I'm doing. It's kind of I'm cleaning out my closet kind of shit. And it's been needed to be done for so long. Feels good. But yeah, it's pretty much, it's going to be a large board that anything that uses like a Zone Mortalis or like a killing floor kind of like tile system. This one's going to be 2x2. It's going to have another 6 inches on the sides. That way these bridges kind of have, a floor underneath of them. And then I've got other tiles that I'm building to like interface with them. But essentially there are multiple levels that I already have taken off just because of the size, but it's going to be 3 feet tall at the end. So it's going to be a 2x2 square, 3 feet tall, with at least 4 floors, maybe 5. But here's 1, 2. The next one is like right around here, I think. 1, 2, 3. I think 4, and then the 5th one's up above where you can't even see. Yeah, you can't even shit. You guys can't see. It's big. It's a really big thing. And because it's so big, I have to like kind of had to take everything apart to like finish dialing in this stuff, paint. We're pretty much going to be building like this section, pretty much like up to here, kind of finishing this, leaving this open while we do this part. Very much the way I did Godling. You have to build from the bottom up. After we get the whole idea kind of locked in, kind of take it apart. And I want to make it to where also I want to make this thing as easy as possible to travel with. So I'm definitely going to be looking into how to have things attach as opposed to physically be stuck forever. Which is something I honestly need to think about with this. That way, instead of making it multiple or making it a 2x2, I can make this open. I could, yeah, that's dumb. I'll do that. Right? I think so. I think it would be easier for traveling if I made this thing 2x2, unless, yeah, I'm trying to harvest these parts. Like there's just really no reason not to. So yeah, I think I know exactly what I'm doing. But as always, that's I'm gonna grab some resin shit. This is where I'm gonna start using some of that, which is great because Lord knows I got a lot. There we go. You know, we're definitely going to use some of these very industrial bar looking kind of pieces from parts when we print it out. We want to make sure that we don't really have too many that are blatantly, oh, I know what that is. And most of the things that we're breaking, once they're ground up, you're not going to see them anyway. But something like that will look good. Yeah, we're probably going to go back here with that. Okay. I'm just going to clean this up just a smidgen. Yeah, this is going to be for playing Necromunda, through an Odyssey, just my general. Hey, if it's in a grim, dark... essentially, I'm building a grim, dark distillery. Just a very big, gross, grimy, industrial-looking board to play any game that uses tile, kind of like boards. That is this scale. And kind of utilizing all the GW bits that I've been hoarding over the years, because it's just like I need to do something that I want to do. I need to not hold back on it, and I really want to start working on my own stuff. And that was one of the things that I was going to ask you guys. Do you think people are more interested in seeing my take on other IPs, or that they would like to see my own IP, like more of my own original work? Like, which one do you think, I guess, the interest lies more in? And please do not feel like you're going to hurt my feelings with that. Any answers? I just truly would appreciate the honest opinion. I like both. Okay, well, thank you, Mowgli. Hmm. Yeah, and I enjoy both. I enjoy doing both, truly. Yeah, that wasn't me fishing for compliments. It's more of I'm trying to figure out what to put my time into. If I should focus more time on, oh hey, trying to support other games, that kind of a thing, or start focusing on like my own, the stuff that I've thought of that I'm making for me, but also to like to kind of share my own original ideas, that kind of stuff. Just trying to figure out which way to go. With, I guess, what I'm trying to do professionally, I suppose. Boop. I love your creations. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I think the people that enjoy what I work on typically just enjoy what I work on because they enjoy me, and that's a little bit of a double-edged sword, but not too much, because really, honestly, I'm enjoying what I'm doing no matter what. It's just more of a trying to decide often is very difficult for me. You should make stuff for the games you're gonna play, and that's what hooked me, man. You building Grief, and that's so yeah. Like with Grief is like my own thing, and it will be used in a game, but it's not someone else's thing. Like it's that I was discussing what I want to do with my next move forward, and essentially the idea of, do I want to do Neon Black and try to hop on to, Thrin Odyssey if they're doing a Kickstarter, or try to do my own and that kind of a thing. And I was thinking about that, and that kind of is what got me in a weird kind of mood, and thinking about time and thinking about what I want to get done and what I really want to do. And it's just like there's so much stuff that I want, like if I only had X amount of time to share it, like truly thinking about what I tell you guys all the time, it's like, man, if I've only got X amount of time, what do I want to show you? I would like to show you things entirely new that you haven't seen, things that like I've thought of for my worlds, for my stories, and you could use them in other things, but like that. And the number one that came to my mind was I want to make a book, and I don't know if I want that book to be in support of a friend's work, which I love. I love the idea of. I love the idea of that. But at the end of the day, I know that it's just like, man, if I only could make one book, I feel like I would like it to be my art, like my lore, my kind of thing. And that kind of led to workshopping a kind of what led to me really trying to think, hey, what is my next plan here? And I kind of wanted to discuss with you guys what you would be more interested in. But essentially it came down to working on a project of a book that either way, they're both essentially very my vibe. It's a book that is supposed to look like it would fit on the shelf in the world that it's supposed to be within, something that is of itself, if that makes sense. Very meta. I love that kind of shit. And pretty much the difference between the two would be a very campy 90s style, like burn book, just covered in little writings and stickers and Deadpool-esque drawings in the side. Uh, Guidebook to a show that never existed that I have thought up for the universe of Throne Odyssey. That is essentially, it's just over the top. I'm really excited about it. Uh, Between that and then essentially, after talking with Sam, the idea kind of branched into three different like books slash things. And when I say books slash things, they are, again, you guys know me, and of course, three doesn't surprise anybody. But the books would be essentially my demons, my lore, that kind of thing. Looking further, going deeper into all of that, which, you know, the demons. I was trying to explain to Sam that with like this wretched inheritance, like godling, all that stuff. My demons are kind of like, if you think about like godling as like the future, my demons are like the caveman era of like our current time, like a past kind of thing. Far future being godling and their wretched inheritance. So I was thinking about coming up with a book that, one, dives full head first into the art side of all that, like a no holding your hands, just a madman's ramblings and rantings of my own Necronomicon, if that makes sense. And I think you guys will understand that. Sam has never read the Necronomicon or is not very familiar with the works of Lovecraft. But I know you guys are a little more familiar. Essentially, I wanted to make my own Necronomicon about my demons and my gods and all those things. And in doing so, that also includes making the tarot, the inverted tarot, which is it's not just a reskinned tarot, it's a new way of using a tarot, not even just a way of using a tarot, it's a new tarot. It's a completely different tarot with different function and intent. And then essentially the reason it became 3 books is because I want the original book to not hold your hand at all. It very much is of itself just a crazy descent into madness discussing these gods and beings and the future that is to come. And I want it to be all my deranged writings by hand, typed on a typewriter or a symbol. It is it's the art book version. And then essentially Sam was just like, okay, for people like me, that's not really going to be something I would want. I would rather know how you made it, how you did this. And that's kind of where the second one, which was, hey, how did this go from here to there? How does this happen? How did you make this? How did you write this? How did you come up with these? Essentially the how-to of said book. And then the third one is how to, suggestions, system agnostic suggestions on how to use them in your games. So yeah, essentially 3 of a one kind thing. And then a tarot to accompany them. That's what I've kind of been thinking on. One of those two. I just yapped. But those are the 2 different things that I've kind of been thinking on, trying to divert my time to professionally. So I don't know. I don't know which one. I want to make a book more than anything, though, because I love physical books, especially art books. I just didn't know if I should lean into my own work, my own personal designs and IP, or if I should do, oh, hey, try to help a homie. It's just cutting out different people that I have to be in sync with, as opposed to just doing it all myself. But I don't know if there's enough. I feel like that my demons and stuff, that's what people want to see the most of, but I don't want to just assume that. So yeah, but grief, yeah. Grief definitely would be its own tarot card. Anywho, yep. Make stuff for the games you're going to play. And that's exactly what I was thinking. And that's kind of what Yeah, that's what led us here. Is I realized I need to work on something that I want to play, and I need to use the parts that I've got, because if I don't, I'm not ever going to use them. I think you should do your own thing. Thank you, Mowgli. Okay, I appreciate that. I'm not looking for a morale booster. It's just more of I just need any direction, a sense of direction from like people who actually like my stuff. That's very helpful because my brain's just like, I want to do everything, but like the other part of my brain's just like, you're gonna die one day, dude. And I'm not like, oh, I'm dying. It's more of a, when I remember these things that I tell you guys to try to remember all the time, and actually think about them and apply them to myself, it's just like, fuck, I need to practice what I preach. I need to get my shit together. So here we are. Bada bing, bada ba. Bada bing, bada ba, babies. That's a good bit. I think I'll put it over here. It's from Space Hulk. And so is this. It's also going over here. Did I not glue the bottom? Because that's insane. I don't think I did. I'm going to put this on over here, though. I don't want it all to be too crammed in. And I think you should do your own thing. I think that's beautiful. You're going to die, and you doing what you want would be more fulfilling in the long run. That's what I'm thinking. That's it. Like, I guess I was thinking about that because that is what literally every bit of my work is supposed to be. It feels more true to myself, and what I should be doing just in general with my time and whatnot, and what I want to do and what I think people truly want to see. But it's also just like I don't know, I think I had to do all this stuff, and I had to try to do what I could to help my friends who have games and that kind of stuff, and I do want to do that stuff still. I just need to. There's a ghost in my basement. I heard something fall over here. It's probably a bag. I want to say it's a bag. But yeah, no, I've got a bunch of Trench Crusade stuff, so I'm excited to do the core thing with Possum because I absolutely will play with Possum at Under the Dice. And I have been wanting to make a little baby tank. And that's, man, it sucks, like, how much, like, time I spent on so much stuff for Trench Crusade to not, like, be able to, like, work on it, actually. And it's almost even worse now that, like, Dave is, like, running their, their media stuff, because it's just like, oh, now I have a direct line to who I needed to talk to before I started to try and change because I was too far ahead. It's that. Communication is just the hardest thing. So that's where I'm just like, I really want to try and eliminate any issues, and very much fur and teeth it, where it's just, what do you need? I need a drummer. We want to get rowdy, and we don't want any fuck ups or anyone else to, not go as hard as us. So it's just like, I think doing my own thing, and that's not anything towards, anyone else. It's just more of a, I think I know the answer, but it's just like, also, I don't want to assume that people would want that. But I think, yeah, I'm a negative. I'm a negative person. I'm working on it, guys. But yeah, I'm trying to be the person I tell you guys to be, at least. We're gonna add some of these. Man, these are absolutely going to be really cool once we get more of this painted, and I can really start using these as like supports running across here, struts. That's gonna be sick as hell. I'm gonna snip this with an actual snip because I am using this knife, and whoo boy, I don't know how I have not broken every single one of them into a million pieces because they're brittle as fuck. And by that I mean they won't, you bump it, it's not gonna break, but you scrape it with a knife an angle it's not supposed to go to, and the way to break it, It just doesn't do that. It'll break the whole thing. You know this, Eli. But you want to yap. You're a yapper. It's true. And I admit it. I regret nothing. I'm thinking there. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm liking that. So yeah, just essentially throwing a bunch of shit in there. I'm gonna go grab some of these little pipes. I've been saving these for a hot minute, and I've not used them yet. But it's time to start using that shit, my sweets. Quit hoarding. Hoarding here's a who. So these, I don't know if I did this on screen or not, but at one point in time I clipped a whole bunch of our sprues from Gundam that we've been saving. Here's some more little bits I normally use. Just gonna pop that out of there. And these already have a big box, so I don't really keep them in that. One second, my sweets. Okay. Oh yeah, crab. Crab. Been holding on to that for a while. That's a crab. Anywho, let's see. Hey, there's a whole bunch of 8 parts. Okay, cool. I don't even honestly know what I was looking for here. Oh, I think I was just trying to check to make sure I didn't need any more of these. Which, I think I'm good. Yeah, so essentially I am going to be putting this connected there. I just want to make it a little flat. And I would say that we were going to, drill that, make it nice and clean. But we're not, because that's insane. Because we are going to cover this in so much shit, and you're never going to see that. But that is how I would normally waste time. We're not doing that anymore. Okay. I got to go make sure you like the stream. Love you guys. Bye, Mowgli. Thank you so much for hanging and talking and giving me your opinion. I really value it. Thank you. Have a good day. Yeah, the pipes are something that I knew I was going to need to be doing. I was like, man, that's going to suck, right? And it does kind of suck, but it's honestly kind of fun too. So let's see. Where do we want? We want that one to curve. Maybe, yeah, we'll go right in there. It actually doesn't suck as much as I thought it would. It's kind of fun. Fun getting it finally done. There we go. Sorry about that. Boop. Oh no. All right. Yeah, okay. I was going to bitch about doing piping, but this is actually super fucking fun. Who would have thought? Not me. Wink. I think right there. Now the real question is though, oh yeah, I forgot this had hot glue on it. So I wonder. There we go. That's good. I'm really getting pumped about how this is coming together. So I definitely am not sure if I want to have these here, but I feel like I want to have them somewhere else to actually be utilized as a elevator chain pulley system. But that definitely is on the possibilities. I need to focus down here. Quit getting up on the walls again anyway. That needs to be fixed. Okay. And then we're going to make sure we got lots of others running there too. I don't know. Do we want any? We definitely do. We definitely want some coming out with floor too. That's definitely going to be something that we're going to want a lot of. Lots of pipes, lots of cables. We all know this. What am I doing? probably gonna get about 10 of them ready. Oh fuck, it's already 10 almost. Again though, I'm super enjoying this. Like, it's definitely a turn to like do something solely with like, what do I want to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and what is practical? And I think this is honestly practical. I really do need to utilize all the things that I've got instead of hoarding them. Practice what I preach on my time management and usage. Clarity. That's it. I've been missing clarity for a while. At least in a certain sense. Clarity of self, perhaps. I think that's it. Which is extremely important. Definitely on my Bob Ross shit today, guys. Ah, I did that one. I knew I fucked with some of them. Because there's a bunch of straight ones as well, as opposed to the curves. That one's good. Not good. And so here's the other thing, and I've been thinking about this. There truly are certain things that you do not need to remove a mold line, because that thing itself, if you're replicating it, has a mold line because of how it is made. And that is a thing to think about. But pipes typically are not one. Metal pipe, at least. It's often lots of layers, technically, of coating. Often would hide any kind of mold, but that's also not how pipe's made. Typically. Why am I a pipe scientist? Yeah, we're definitely going to have some of these run along the ground too. Fuck, that's going to look so good. That's good. That one was not good. Aren't pipes extruded? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, they're like, so there is no mold line, right? There would not be a mold line on an extruded pipe. Kind of like a spaghetti, like Play-Doh spaghetti maker, right? Like that's why there's no mold line. Now technically, let me look at a fucking pipe. I've got a pipe around here. A lot of pipe. There are literally pipes above my head. What am I doing? So yeah, like PVC pipe, no. There is no molding on a PVC pipe because yeah, I do believe they are extruded, and same thing with PEX. No, that's that might be a mold line up there. That you would never see that though. See these things, the mold lines on this, like you would never see this. Yeah, at the scale. So yeah, certain things I was thinking about the other day do technically have mold lines, like in the real world, but it's very rare that I've seen anything I'm like, yeah, I think I need to not take that off. We definitely want some connectors going to this little pipe down here, going to this guy, but I'm going to glue this, and then I'm going to probably call it, because yeah, extrusion is the process that I'm thinking of, right? Like the spaghetti maker from Play-Doh. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what comes to my mind. Or it's just like it's just pushed out, and then like a machine cuts it, or a dude. Dude being a non-gendered term. Intended. Non-gender intended. Yeah, okay, chill. I thought so. Yeah, so, yeah, that would absolutely be something that does not have a mold line. Yeah, God, my mouth is so dry, my sweets. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna call it. It's 10. Man, I'm so pumped about these pipes, though. Actually, they look sick. They are really making a difference, and it's fun doing them. Shit, I didn't call that, huh? Holy shit, I was thirsty. So parched. Right, I had a headache too. Oh my gosh. All right, my sweets. Possum, my darling. Thank you so much for the quar excitement. Yeah, if you can just tell me what I need to make. Like I absolutely, I would love to play quar with you. And if I'll have to look up again all the things you sent me about it. It's just been so much everything all at once, you know. But that is a game that I'm going to play it under the dice with you. So, yeah, that I'm trying to figure out what I want to do there, but it's just like, man, I've been trying to figure out what the hell I want to do in general. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just been a lot of that, but we're getting there. And this is honestly a step in the right direction. I do truly think, because it gets that out of my hoard. And honestly, it just means that everything I make from now on is not going to have any visual cues tied to something else, unless I choose to have them there. And I really want that. So thank you guys so much for hanging out and keeping me company. Your time is the most valuable thing that you have. I fully mean that. I'm truly trying to get better about it myself. So thank you guys. Anytime you give me is truly, I appreciate it more than you know. Until next time, my sweets, take care of yourselves and each other. Sit pretty, always be proud of who you are. Thank you, Roz, Mowgli, Possum. I think that is everybody I saw in the chat. Let me get back over here. Possum, Mowgli, Roz. I think that's everybody that I saw in the chat. Anyone else that's out there listening and not in the chat, thank you. And yeah, anybody that's, you know, watching this afterwards. Thank you so much for your time and for watching as well. But yeah, until next time, take care.